Laura! Laura? Laura? No. No. Move!
Happy New Year, everybody. This is going to be my best of 2017 video for TVs and movies, so bust out your claws, let's do it. Hopefully you all made it through 2017 with at least a couple things that you were really happy with. There was a lot of garbage during 2017, but there were also a lot of really bright spots too. The way I cut this was montage style, but the numbering system doesn't necessarily indicate that one was better for me than another, with the exception of my number one pick. That's still like the best thing that I think happened this year, but for the most part, these are just like the 10 real big bright spots from TV and movies. I don't think a spoiler warning is necessary this late in the year, but just in case you didn't watch any movies and didn't watch any TV, spoiler warning for what happened during 2017.
Superhero landing. You're gonna do a superhero landing. Wait for it!
And maximum effort. Hear the music.
I got this.
He must be Peter.
Well, those movies will all take place in the world that we are now creating for Peter Parker. I mean, there'll be adjuncts to it. They may be different locations, but it will still all be in the same world, and they will be connected to each other as well.
I had such a build-up for Wonder Woman, and I was so ready. Like, I had these months and months and months of me getting super excited about this character. I literally just wanted to attack, to give it a bite, to dive in.
Tell Sassy, I wanted to know it was me.
Listen.
Now is the time for action.
Don't be what they made you.
That was pretty heavy, but I think we can all probably agree that Logan is one of, if not the best comic book film of all time now. Like, new watermark is set. But a lot of these are meant to be funny moments, a lot of them are serious drama, but just the bright spots that I found during the year. I'm sure everybody has a slightly different top 10 list, but Marvel getting the X-Men back, or potentially getting them back, is such a huge deal. They've been raked over the coals so much. I think just the opportunity to see a Marvel quality version of an X-Men movie is just so exciting. Kevin Feige reacting to Amy Pascal was just this sweet icing on the cake that was Spider-Man coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just from an organizational standpoint, the idea of Crisis on Earth X, a 4-hour TV movie involving all these characters, is amazing. That they were even able to attempt something like this. There were a couple things about it that bothered me. It, of course, as you'd expect, trying to blend the tones of 4 very different TV shows and 4 very different writing staffs. There were plenty of logic problems, but just the scope of what they were able to attempt and pull off is so much better than what their competitors have come up with, at least on television. The best comparison that you could make is that Kevin Feige in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is as organized as DC TV in their universe. That's where it falls apart a little bit, so let's not conflate Marvel Cinematic Universe goings-on with DC TV goings-on. Cannot say enough about Patty Jenkins. Hopefully she sticks around for a long time in the DC universe so that she could do a Man of Steel movie herself, because she just gets that character. If you listen to her Wonder Woman commentary, most of the movie and the character was inspired by Richard Donner's Superman. Infinity War is such a big deal, even though it's not coming out till next year, the trailer itself made my list. It's the 10th anniversary of Marvel Studios, the culmination of 10 years of careful planning by Kevin Feige. I think we're all expecting it to blow our minds, but I will do a 2018 video for most anticipated things later this week, so don't worry, there's still so much other big stuff coming. Speaking of culmination, even though there's all this Star Wars stuff that's going on in the live-action universe, we finally got the culmination of Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul, going all the way back to Phantom Menace. No surprise, there are a couple Game of Thrones moments on the list. I would have put more on here, but I wanted to keep this to top 10, and I didn't want Game of Thrones to monopolize the list, so Field of Fire and Tell Cersei It Was Me. Jon Snow meeting the dragons, also a seismic shift in the payoffs of the show. In Szechuan debacle aside, one of the best episodes of television this year was Rick and Morty, the Rick Lantis mix-up, with a story that only a show like Rick and Morty could pull off. And then obviously my number one, probably the one that matters the most, is Logan, just the entire movie. This is something that they could only have done after Hugh Jackman's long career. You couldn't do this with any of the other characters. Robert Downey Jr. with the Iron Man character is the next best example, but he's been playing that character for half of the amount of time that Hugh Jackman played the Wolverine character. So just the way the Wolverine character works, the way they incorporated the idea of his longevity into the story, how it transcended the idea of what you think a comic book movie is capable of, like it just set a new bar for quality. One of Patrick Stewart's best performances from his entire life, not just of the Xavier character. Same thing for Hugh Jackman, same thing for the Laura character. And I really hope that this Marvel-Disney deal doesn't kill the chances of us getting another movie with that character. Whatever they do with the timeline, however they decide to explain that, because it's going to get messy no matter what. But let me know in the comments, what was your favorite thing from movies or TV during 2017? What'll happen next is I have new Game of Thrones, but like I said, I'll do my 2018 most anticipated video next week. There'll be some more Marvel and DC stuff coming up, and I still have that Infinity Gauntlet giveaway that's going on, so just be sure to subscribe to get everything. Click here for that new Infinity War video, and click here to learn about what's coming up on Titans this season. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.